What's good, YouTube? This is going to be like a new series where for anyone that's new to the fitness lifestyle, wants to make their first step into the gym, or maybe they're a bit stuck with things, this is going to break down a 4 or 5 part series, just everything you need to know about getting into the gym. Now, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I know that this is episode 1, so we're going to focus on like training, supplements, and how to start doing the exercises, mainly bodybuilding based, but it goes for everything if you want to get fitter and things like that. Transitioning into the gym, a good workout to do, and like what supplements I use and things like that. You'll see them over to the side there. That's so we can talk about them in a second. So this is going to be episode 1. Episode 2 is going to be based on like nutrition, learning macronutrients, pretty important stuff right there. So don't say, oh, nutrition, like I know to eat vegetables. Episode 3, some tips and tricks, things like that. Episode 4, based on bulking, and episode 5, the final, so it will be 5-part series, based on cutting. Really, the last 2 getting into like trying to reach goals and really kind of getting into detail what you can do in order to get to those. But episode 1. Training and supplements. So, for me, my journey started at home after work, and I believe everyone should do this as well. Finish work, get home, and just for 10 minutes, 10 minutes is all it takes to just do an at-home workout. So I just used to do some push-ups, some dumbbell curls in my room, in my bedroom. I used to have a 5 kilo dumbbell. I think it had adjustments. You get to like 7.5 or 10. And yeah, that's what I did every day. Got home from work. I used to work on a block, so it was pretty intense. Farm, if you're in America, I probably don't call it block. And I would just do things like, I haven't written down, I thought I hadn't written down. I got my notepad here, but just off the top of my head, what you can do, what I'd recommend to try and hit everything at home. The last thing you want to do, you don't want to every night be hitting push-ups to build your chest, okay? You want to build everything, especially if you're doing it for looks. So, you got curls for the biceps, push-ups for the chest, and it's going to engage your front shoulder as well. Then you can do, if you put your hands together like this, do the star push-ups closer together. So it's just push-ups still, but you come down like this, and because they're closer together, when you're pushing, it's not so much your chest, it's still going to work, but a lot of tricep comes in, so you can do them. Then you've got abs for sit-ups. I used to do those a heap at home. You can do lunges. I think everyone knows how to do a lunge. You can just type it in on YouTube, and you'll be able to find tutorials if you're not sure on these exercises. You can even search at-home exercises to find more. But I highly recommend, sometimes making that first step into the gym is a pretty intimidating environment. So, start off training at home, and that's going to lead us into your first gym membership. So, I highly think you should get one. A lot of people like to do at home and try and stay just at home because they don't ever want to make that first step. They want to do calisthenics training and all that stuff. Like, you can do that, and you might even be able to do it at home or at a local playground, things like that with bars. But just going to a gym, even though it might cost a bit, it just the amount of machinery or the equipment you can use is really helpful because you can pinpoint certain muscle groups and build exactly what you want. You got cardio, you got everything there. Everything is there. That's why people go. Otherwise, there'd be no point really. It's everything in the one room. And as well as getting more into it, just the environment. So being surrounded with other people, sure, intimidating at first, but it's really actually motivating. You don't slack. See, the reason I gave up my at-home workout stuff, I did it for about a month, just before I turned 18. So, at home, did my stuff for about a month. Then it all happened at once. I went to Adelaide, moved state, away from my family and everything. Had to start doing all my own meals and things like that. And we're going to talk about, that's where I learned a heap about nutrition. So we'll do that in episode 2. But, bought my first gym membership. I got my first 10-day trial where I tried it out and before buying my gym membership. But it quickly became really eye-opening to me how beneficial it is to go to a gym. Because at home, it's very easy to slack. It's very easy to do a set and then say, oh, I'm going to go and check the washing or get a drink. then something distracts you, you see something on the news or TV, all of a sudden your workout never got finished, you know what I mean? I even had a little system at one of the places I was staying at that I'd like to use every now and then, but it was to assist my training. When I didn't want to go to the gym, I'd just go out and do some bench press or things like that, because again, it's just too easy to just give up on it. You don't stay committed, not motivated. As soon as you walk into a room where everyone is putting the work in, everyone's there for the same reason, it's just going to build you up or motivate you or make you focus more, all these little things. So just take my word for it. If you haven't been to a gym and say like, no, I'm just going to work out at home and things like that, you just haven't realized it yet. And I highly recommend that you make it to the gym. So go and do that. And now we'll talk about the supplements before we get into like some routines you can do when you finally make it to the gym. So for supplements, these are the only ones I recommend or use. So Venom back me, they support me. I get to choose a lot from the Venom range, anything to a certain cap, of course. But even with that opportunity to use whatever I want, I still only use certain things, okay? And this is what to use. So it's very easy. I'll just go over that again. It's very easy to listen to marketing and people that are sponsored by, brands and things like that. So they'll promote things and really push it onto you. But I'm here to say, I just told you, like, I'm backed by a supplement company. I can pick whatever. I can literally have whatever in my cupboard, and this is all I use, okay? So first one, branched chain amino acids or an intra workout. So I have two of the main ones right here. We have the intra workout right here, or branched chain amino acids, as some people will know about it. Now this one's very good because there's no calories in it really, and you can sip on it throughout the day. So what it is think of it as food for your muscles. The amino acids, the breakdown on the back. The more you learn about supplements, you'll learn all about them. But there's a few different amino acids, leucine, glutamine, things like that. All do different small roles, but simplified, they feed your muscles. Okay, so without branched chain amino acids, you won't build muscle. So amino acids are in protein shakes and things like that. But the problem with protein shakes is, like whey, is they're fast absorbing, so you only want to really use them after workout. Plus they're milk based, have some calories to them. So after workout, whey is great, okay, and that is one of the supplements I recommend. But whey protein concentrate, I can't emphasize that enough. Right now on my screen behind you, I have a video up about the protein you should use. So check that video out where I go into detail. But do not use whey protein isolate. I highly recommend that you use whey protein concentrate. You're just going to save a heap more money. But again, check that video out to learn more about it. But intra workout, it's pretty much, just think of it like this. It's whey protein with no calories and it's not milk based. It's going to call it water based, but you mix protein with water anyway. But yeah, it's just, you can sip on it in the morning. It's so much more versatile. Sip on it while you're working out. It's intra workout, so you can do that, and you can just sip on it throughout the day really. So it's just a consistent supply of the building blocks your muscle needs. Okay, so that's BCAAs. Hopefully I went into enough detail with it there. So perfect, go for that. You get your whey protein concentrate. I like to have a protein shake after workout. Just something I like to do. I don't do it when I'm trying to diet down and lose weight though, because it's empty calories. So you already don't get much food volume as it is. The last thing you want to do is get calories from like a drink and then restrict your food intake even more, something that's going to fill you up. So I don't have them when I'm dieting, but otherwise I love my protein shakes. We then have pre-workout I'm going to mention here, but I do not recommend anyone trains with pre-workout unless you've been training for at least 3 months, where you take it serious, you take your training intensely and things like that. You want to be able to train without it, because as soon as you start using it or use it consistently, where it really lifts you up, the caffeine makes you train longer and harder, the beta alanine makes you push stronger and things like that. it's going to be really hard to train without it, and you have to stop using it at stages because they'll start not working as good. You get like hooked on it. You know, the body adjusts to everything. So pre-workout is great. I love pre-workout and really like training with it. But for the last 2 days, I haven't had any, and I'm probably use it tomorrow. But I like to just come off it for days here and there, just so my body doesn't, you know, fully adapt to it and then it doesn't work as well. That's the reason I stopped using it. It stopped working as well. So BCAAs, whey protein concentrate, pre-workout, and we have 2 more. Creatine. Creatine is really cheap. You can get off eBay, or you know, Venom make it, other protein brands make it, but it's pretty cheap to get off eBay. Venom's also really cheap though, of course. That's where I get mine. And yeah, it's just great. It's one of the most, if there's a supplement that had the most scientific backing, it's creatine. You know, we need it. Well, it's in our body as it is. You get it from meat and things like that, but not at the doses that you could use to help you a bit more. So if you supplement creatine, just 5 grams a day, just a tiny scoop, put it in your protein shake or in your morning drink or whatever, maybe just to the head and a bit of water. I've done that before, but it does taste really yuck. But creatine, there's heaps of different kinds. Just go with creatine monohydrate. It's the most easily accessible and really cheap. Best one in my opinion anyway. And you're set. It will make you lift a little bit harder. You know, just push. I think if you read the science on it, I think it just helps the muscle cells engage a little bit harder. So I feel like I train a little bit better just using it. I haven't used it for a while though. It's not super important, but it's so cheap you may as well use it anyway. And then the final one, the only other supplement I have in my supplement cupboard is protein bars. Now, they're pretty expensive, so don't live off these. But if I ever want a quick snack, maybe I'm trying to bulk, get a heap of protein in, things like that, protein bars is something easy. Just grab it out of your cupboard, eat it. They're not normally loaded with calories, so it would be better than other alternatives for a snack you could have. So that's going to wrap up pretty much. There's not too much I can say about protein bars other than they taste good. So there we have it. BCAAs, protein, pre-workout, creatine, protein bars is all I use. But I have many flavors and many different pre-workouts, things like that. But that's going to wrap it up for all the Supps. We've covered the transition to training and getting into the gym, why I think you really should get a gym membership. I know they're expensive, but completely necessary in my opinion. So we'll quickly talk about some of the routines you can do when you finally make it to the gym. So the cliche, pretty much best one I think you can do is push-pull legs. And I think most people pretty much, even if they have some crazy routine they go for, kind of base theirs around this. Now, I don't train with a routine. I like to, if I have a routine where I have to do this, I find that I get bored of training very quick and things like that. So it's not for everyone, but I freestyle it, I call it. So I go in, depending on what day or whatever, I'll just train whatever I want, but I'll make sure I hit everything twice a week. And it normally turns out to be like a push-pull legs. Crazy roommates. Anyway, so what's push-pull legs mean? Push-pull legs is, say, it's Monday. So you go in, you do all your push movements, your presses, shoulder work, and tricep work. Everything that pushes stuff away from you. You then do Tuesday, your pull workout stuff. So you hit back, all your rows, bicep curls, traps. You get the deal, deadlift, things like that. And then, actually, deadlift's not, yeah, it's a pull, don't worry about it. You chuck it in with there. And then legs, which includes calves and quads and hams, things like that. Rest, and then go again. Or if you're a beginner, you can do this. You can go push Monday, rest. Pull Wednesday, rest. Legs Friday, weekend off, and then back to it next week. So pretty solid. Can make it entry level, can make it advanced, where you just up the frequency. You go like push, pull, legs, rest. So you have 1 day off a week and things like that. Or like I said, 3 days on, 4 days off. And that is pretty much the best way you can do it. There's other ways, of course, you can do routines, but I think basing them originally, or when you first start off a push-pull legs routine, is the best way to go about it. So it's going to wrap episode 1 up of this series. Be sure to like and subscribe to see the rest, and I will see you next time.